Hello. The mind-body connection. It's funny, isn't it? You hear the term the mind-body connection, but most of us don't realise that the mind and body are intrinsically linked. The body is like the car, and it doesn't matter how good and how super duper it is, a car will do nothing unless it's got a driver. The driver's the mind. And the mind can achieve more when the body is geared up to achieve more. But at the end of the day, they need each other. And when you have a problem, you can either, if you've got a problem with the car, not sticking in the lines of the road or whatever like that, that's a driver problem. If you've got a problem where the engine isn't ticking over properly, that's a car problem. But you need the right tools, and you need people to fix the car problem. It can't fix itself. Same with the mind-body connection. So when you have a physical problem, there are two ways to approach it, and actually a combination of both of them is a good thing. You can approach it physically, or you can approach it mentally. If you approach it physically and mentally, then you increase your chances of success. If you put a medicine in a test tube of blood, it will give you the same results 100% of the time. If you put that same medicine in the body, it'll give you a whole variety of different results, because the other factor that influences that is the mind. So your medicine could be designed to work here, but through the way you think about it and your beliefs, you can make it work here, or you can make it work here. Sometimes when I say to people that the power of belief can achieve anything, your mind can heal you, your mind can overcome things, your mind can create problems. People interpret it as it's their fault. Well, the news is, newsflash here, everything's your fault. That doesn't mean you have control over it, though. That doesn't mean it's intentional. But if everything's your fault, you accept responsibility for being able to change it. If you accept that you have the power, which you do over everything that happens internally, you have the power. If you accept that, then sometimes it's just a matter of how do I find a way to do this, to deal with this, to overcome it. If you rehearse exercising a muscle, mentally, you can rehearse it just as well as if you physically, repetitively complete a task. In fact, sometimes better, because it doesn't go so wrong. So if I wanted to train up my little finger to lift a weight, which is kind of crazy, I don't know why I'd do that, but let's say I did that, I could spend 10 minutes every week, every day, lifting a weight, doing that. I could also do it in my head. And that would actually allow me to lift a bigger weight, just the same way as if I physically did it. The weirdest thing is I could do it by watching you do it. And I'd still be able to lift a bigger weight at the end of the week, because of mirror neurons. There's a whole bunch of science behind this, and I'll talk about it more in another recording. But I just wanted to plant that thought. Visualization, repeated visualization of anything in your head to overcome any obstacle will translate into a physical change, because your body is waiting for instruction from your mind. So if you repeatedly visualize something, it will translate, your body will execute on that visualization in the way that makes sense for it to do it. So yes, it's your fault, but it's not your responsibility. It's not you're not to blame. You have no control. If you accept that your mind can affect things that happen in your body, you can accept that your mind can affect things that happen in your body in a positive way. And think of something, just for a moment, just last thought. We can tend to believe that we can make things worse. You can make something hurt more. Well, if you've got enough power to make something worse, you've got enough power to make something better. So I'll leave you with that thought and hope it doesn't cut off at the end, because we